This last weekend, I had the privilege and honor to stay at Disney's Port Orleans Riverside Resort, and it was awesome. And in today's video, I talk about everything about the room to the exterior and just the property in general. Let's take a gander, shall we? Just a side note, I say cabin theme for this video a lot, but really I mean lodge, because that's what they call it here. The lobby is really well done. I really like how it really sets the mood for the theme of this entire resort. And then there's also a gift shop where they have a bunch of Disney merchandise. You can buy dolls, you can buy clothing. I went in there trying to see if I could get a shirt that says Port Orleans Riverside. There's only a few shirts that say that, and the one that was the most ideal would be like a t-shirt. There's only one that I found, and I did not like the design of it, or at least I didn't like the color of it. I thought that the design, like the poster, was good, but I don't like the color. It just doesn't look good on me. And there was one I liked, but it was a collar shirt and it was $110. And even if you have a discount with annual pass holders, it's still expensive. So I was not gonna get that. But maybe I will when I have more money one day. Okay, so I just did a bunch of walking around the property, and it's really nice. This is a very large property for those of you that are not aware. This is a very large property, and while it is large, it is very beautiful, especially in this type of weather when it's sunny out. Now, the first time that I stayed at this resort, it was not sunny out. It was basically raining the whole day, so it was still nice, but it's nothing compared to when it's sunny out. And then there's a restaurant by the windmill, and it's not much. It's your average Disney food you can buy. I got a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich. It's okay. I thought the hash browns were quite good, but it's not anything to rave about. It's not like Beauty and the Beast restaurant at Magic Kingdom, so I'll say that. But then again, it's not as expensive. There's a bunch of pools around the property because there's a lot of buildings. There's a lot of different parts, so they have these pools all around just to accommodate everybody. But there's one pool in particular that's really nice. It has like these waterfalls, like these waters going over everything, and there's a slide for the kids. And then of course I like how there's a bunch of other rivers all around the resort, like all around. There's bridges, rivers, and there's even boats that you can take you over to some of these properties, or just to take a tour around the resort, and it's really nice. Also, just so you know, if you're visiting the parks and you're taking the bus, just know that there's multiple stops for the buses around the property, so depending on what room your building is in, you're gonna wanna get off on the stop that's the closest to it. So please take note of that. After I got off work on Saturday, I made my way over to the resort. We parked in the Alligator Bayou section and made our way to our room. While walking there, you'll notice the paths are very windy and are surrounded with nature. One issue I have with this place is that there's no elevator to the buildings, or at least not the lodge buildings. I can see putting the physically accessible rooms on the bottom to make it easier, but when you have luggage, you're going to need it. We had a cart with a bunch of luggage, and we had to take a few trips to bring everything up. This would have needed only one trip had there been an elevator in the buildings. Not that big of a deal, but please be aware of it if you get assigned a room on the second or third level. Anyway, I found the building our room was in and walked my way through to it. Alright. Alright. Whoa. Alright. Here it is. Okay, so my thoughts on the place are, they're really good actually. So I stayed at this hotel a year ago, and we stayed in a Tiana themed room with a bunch of other princesses. I think another thing I wanted to point out is there's a bunch of different themes. So this side, where it has all these buildings, it kind of reminds me of like old American, like Revolution kind of building style, if that makes sense. We stayed in this section last time I stayed here. This is where they have like all the princess themed rooms, with the star being Tiana, of course. But the one we stayed in this time was the cabins. So those are like the more renovated rooms. And if the ones on this side are not renovated, then yeah, that might be why. If they are, I could be wrong, but at least for where I stayed at with the cabins, they're renovated and they look good, and they're still themed to Tiana and the Princess and the Frog. And this room has this theme, but it's been renovated. The beds are modern. There's a lot of more cedar wood theme around, like with the walls and with the table and with the shower, especially the shower. The shower looks really good. And on top of that, I don't know what cast member gave us this room, but I thank them for it, because we got two windows, one of which is with the pool and one of which is just the other cabins. This is a cabin theme, so this is definitely renovated, because we stayed at this hotel 1 year ago, and the room there, while it was cute, you could tell it was a bit old or worn down, or it kind of felt like a motel. Basically, that's just that was just kind of just looks good because it's a Disney hotel. But this actually does look good, and it has a very cabin cozy feeling. And I like how when you enter the room, it says welcome party of this and this last names that it's under the renovation for. Like, I know a lot of modern hotels are doing that now, but it's really good that Disney like did that because it's very welcoming. I like the notches of some of the stuff on the wood. I like how it says Acadian and Company for the on the counter for the sinks back there next to the bathroom. I really like that effect, like little design there. And then I like how there's a pull-out bed. I tried laying on it. I'm a bit too tall for that, but I don't think that's because it's designed for adults. I think it's more designed for children where they have an extra kid in the side of the room that they need to share with. So, yeah. And I just want to add that the beds in the room, there's a bunch of space underneath the beds in which you can put your luggages, where it really like minimizes the amount of stuff around the room, and I really appreciate that fact. But overall, this resort is very, very pleasant. The buildings are all very nicely decorated. Everything, the midway and everything is done very well. It's very elegant, really fits the theme. It's beautiful, as I've said. I'm kind of just repeating phrases, but it's a pretty good resort. It's actually relatively cheap compared to all the other Disney resorts out there. It's still not cheap. It's a Disney resort, but it's nothing compared to all the rest out here, basically. And I think it's a good place to, I especially think it's great for families. They've got things for both the adults and the kids here at this property, so I think it's pretty good. But yeah, Caleb Kent, and this has been my review of Disney's Port Orleans Riverside Hotel. Over and out. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to go check out some other videos that I have made, you're just one click on the channel icon away from doing so. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat, and they're listed right over. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share if you wish to do so. And if you are or will be a returning viewer, I will see you in the next video. Have an amazing day.